back again. Yes, back to back with Heather Newman, community reporter here at ESPC19, and I am here with Karuana Gatimu.
Hello, everyone. Really happy to be here. Thank you, Heather, for having me as always. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Great to see you. Great to be speaking with you and doing some cool stuff here. And so Karuana and I were talking a few minutes ago, and we're in day 4. And how many presentations have you given? You did a lot here this week. So let's talk about that for a minute.
I have 2 more left.
Okay.
We have one together,
Yep.
and then I have one more on What's New Microsoft Teams meeting, and that will take it to 6 plus my evening event. So I've done 7 sessions here.
Wow.
Yeah, it is a lot. But I
awesome.
really enjoy it. You know, Tracy, I think the team was worried about me in terms of, doing too much, but I really enjoy this conference, and I enjoy sharing things with people and teaching the subjects I really like to teach. I did one on teamwork governance, which was full to the gills.
Right.
And if you haven't read those teamwork governance resources, well, you probably should.
Yes.
But it was great. I really enjoy doing the work here.
Yeah. What I saw that you brought to the table this time too, which you are doing more and more of, is that you've got your general teams, what's new, you've got your sort of general teams, overall, but then you're digging deep into different sections, which
Yes.
the practicality of that, as someone who is working with customers and all of that, like, I love that you're bringing that to the table too. So talk a little bit, what else did you present on? So we got the Teams meetings.
Yes, we talked about Teams meetings, but I really like to do use cases.
Yeah. Okay.
And so when I'm talking about new app capabilities, or when I'm talking about new features like private channels in the chat area, or chats and conversations, team provisioning, things of that nature, I'm always talking about these features in the context of how they're going to work for an organization, because bright, shiny new features are beautiful.
Yep.
And I love them
Yes,
because I'm a
yes.
geek at heart.
Yep.
But if they're not really serving a business process, then for me, they're not as valuable as I think they can be.
Yep.
We also talked about learning pathways, Microsoft 365 learning pathways, which of course is our free training template that is available. People can install in their own tenancies and configure. And that's a project that's near and dear to my heart with the SharePoint engineering team and our Marvel team. And it really represents a new way of Microsoft working together across the organization to deliver a really agile, fun solution. So I got to talk about all those things.
Yeah, and something about that for those of you as a partner. So I'm the CMO of Content Panda, and so we are a Learning Pathways partner. And the cool thing that Microsoft did with this, and they do this with many products, is that you were asked to be a part of an early adopter program. So we were asked, along with other folks that are here, Storyalls and Vitalist and many others.
Yes.
And we all not only are early adopters, but I gotta say, the coolest thing that we did was we all demoed to each other our products, and it was cool. For the first time, I actually saw some people's products
that
I'd
great.
never seen before.
Yes, I remember that meeting.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Awesome.
And you really get to learn, and something, we're all here trying to help people.
Yeah.
Of course, there's, competition amongst people, but at the end of the day, what I really find amazing about it is how complementary people's services actually are.
Yeah.
Everybody does something a little bit different in this space, and what we're providing, we intentionally didn't disrupt that business model.
Yeah.
We're providing some basic content from support.office.com and from docs that we're streaming. We're building some scenarios and things of that nature, but what the partners provide is so much deeper and broader than that.
Yeah.
And we're just a part of the puzzle, and I like that. I like the partnership that we've created together, because at the end of the day, it's about digital literacy.
Yes.
If you think about it, we haven't really invested in employee digital literacy in quite some time. Not really. We taught them a little bit about SharePoint. Maybe we taught them a little bit about Power BI or Yammer or something. But the last time we really made this effort was back when email became a thing. And so how long has that been, people? It's been a while, and I don't think we've really been investing in digital literacy the way we need to.
Yeah, for sure.
So now with the advent of Microsoft Teams, it really brings these issues like digital literacy or governance or employee experience. It brings things really up to the fore that need to be addressed, both from a technology perspective, but like what you do from a user experience perspective, and really helping people to get what's going on.
Yeah. And as a partner, I really appreciate, one, being asked to the table, because that's great. And knowing that Microsoft does a lot, but there are some gaps.
Yes.
And that's what all these lovely partners and us, we do. We fill those gaps. And what I've really enjoyed about it is figuring out how we can take a product like Content Panda and say, okay, this is what Microsoft's put out, and how can we, leverage and make it something that our customers are going to use, and say, you know what, it's not, use this or that. It's, you're using both.
Yes, it's and.
It's yes and.
Yes, and. Absolutely.
And so I've had that experience with our customers saying, oh, wow, this is cool. I can bring in, this provision site, and then with Content Panda, for example, we make all of it so that it's in context, and the Story Owls gals, Story Owls love those gals, like what they do with their videos as well.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Super cool. And Greg Headley, who I used to work with at AvePoint, he now works for Vitalist. We were talking at Ignite, and I was like, everybody sort of always told me that you're a competitor. We sat down and talked, and we were like, oh, and so we're doing demo swaps when I get back.
Right, exactly.
Super cool.
But the thing about that, too, is we're intentionally not disrupting some of that business area because we're not a learning management system.
Right.
We're not tracking which of your individual users are completing which one of the playlists that we have. There's lots of great partners to do that. LMS 365, lots of other people who do this sort of work.
Training companies
They're
that
here.
we're looking at right here.
Exactly. They're here right now. And so we're intentionally leaving that space for partners who already have that expertise. What they don't have is an ongoing stream of the updated content that's coming from Microsoft, that's localized. We're going to be available in 9 languages in the next quarter, and then we'll go on from there.
Right.
This sort of thing is an overhead that Microsoft can and should be delivering as a part of product management. Product management is not just about getting a feature to market. It's also about driving the adoption of that. If you think of agile service and product management, it's a much broader definition from a tech standpoint now. And I like being a product manager, and I really enjoy it. I always have. I loved being a service manager when I was in IT, and I really think that having that full end-to-end view of the technology is what makes a valuable experience.
Right.
And I'm always telling the IT pros that are out there now, if you're not having fun in this business, if you're not thinking more broadly in that way about how are you being a service manager or product manager of the services you're delivering in your organization, then you're probably missing something. And now is the time to become more strategic, to become more influential from a technical perspective. I mean, certainly you've done it, I've done it, it's doable.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, and that's sort of, that leads a bit into a couple of things that I wanted to ask you about. So we've got, one of the charters for a lot of companies is to do events.
Right.
And also create, champions programs as well. So 2 separate things that I want to talk about. But the one that you talked a little bit about was with Planner and also with Teams. Like, will you tell everybody about that just so they hear that on the live stream? Because I was like, well, what?
Yes, it's it's a fantastic thing. So one of the advantages of being in the Teams engineering group is that I've got to work with the product for 3.5 years now.
Yeah.
It's really been pretty amazing. And I'm an event producer. I do all these sorts of events, lots of things. And I've always struggled with how to bring people together and manage tasks around events.
Right.
But now I have Teams. And now I have the ability to create team templates. And the work that we're doing around these sorts of templates and pre-configuring these sorts of templates and making them available to people is really going to be exciting. And of course, we also announced at Ignite that we're going to have a new tasks app inside of Microsoft Teams. And this app will bring together tasks from To-Do, from Planner, from flagged emails in Outlook, along with individual tasks that you can enter there. And you can then copy those tasks. You can, there's other capabilities that we'll be announcing after the beginning of the year. So you can have this pre-configured team with an event management plan already built, and then you can just replicate it over and over again. You don't ever have to build that event management project plan again.
Yay.
Yay.
I mean, I might sing a little again because of this. I know I'll give a little Prince, like, ow!
Yeah, I
you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, yes. Because the task thing was a big user voice thing.
Yes, it was. Big user voice thing.
And also we had all these products come out that were all about tasks, and I'm like, I got task in like 15 places, you know? So that
task coherence is an issue, and we're working on
fatigue.
Task fatigue. Well, then there's that. That's just my life.
That's
now.
right. Yeah.
Task fatigue is my life. But
Let's be
task
real.
coherence is something that's happening from an engineering perspective inside of our organization. And again, it represents cross-organizational collaboration inside of Microsoft in service of a better user experience.
Right.
And if that's not Satya's transformation, cultural transformation, I don't know what is.
Yeah,
it's really amazing to be a part of Microsoft right now while these things are happening.
Yep.
I feel so privileged and lucky to be working inside of Teams and with all the people that I work with because of Teams, to see these experiences come to life and then to help people drive adoption of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And final question, then we're going to wrap up. So let's talk a little bit about Champions Program, because I know that's big, near and dear to your heart.
It is.
You rock that out and run that, and talk about that.
Okay, I will. So I do run the worldwide Office 365 Champions Program, and you know what I wanted to do was provide a home for people.
Yeah.
I wanted there to be a home for people where folks who are out there who are working on driving adoption of any Office 365 service, you had a community to come and be a part of, to build your own skills, to learn from others, and to learn from Microsoft. We do have the ability of seeing all around the world different sorts of projects and how they go. And we have our M365 adoption framework, which we recently rewrote. And as a result of that, I had the opportunity to write the course for your Service Adoption Specialist course. And if you haven't taken this course on edX, I highly suggest you do it.
It's awesome.
It is strategic and tactical information about how to drive Microsoft service adoption. And it's designed to be complementary to any organizational change management that you have, like ProSci or something like that. And I just love creating a home for folks, because if you're not getting a chance to actually use the stuff,
absolutely,
then you're missing out. And this is how you get everyone to use this stuff.
Absolutely.
And so it is near and dear to my heart. I like there to be technical acumen and good marketing at the same time.
Yay.
And I like it to be
yes, please.
I like it to be in service of business objectives. And we do wonderful things every month. There is a community call. Everyone is invited from all around the world, and we post all of our information and share it. And you can learn more at ak.ms Microsoft Adoption. Please come and sign up for the program. Come take a look at all of our past information, and make your voice heard in the community, because you have more to teach than you know. Share your experience, because everything you're learning, we need to learn too. So it doesn't matter how much you've done or not done.
No.
You
Always
have
learning.
your voice.
Hashtag always learning.
Always learning. Hashtag.
And it's about it's leverage too, right? You know, that's the other thing, is like when I'm doing a end user adoption workshop, I mean, I use the adoption PowerPoint, the beautiful spreadsheet.
Thank you.
No, that spreadsheet is amazing. That basically it's like T minus everything, and it's like, So don't recreate the wheel.
Right. Use all of our resources, because my entire job is to accelerate your results. And that's why I get up in the morning, and that's what I think I'm kind of good at it, and I really enjoy it. Even if I, have lots to learn, I really enjoy helping other people accelerate their results. And that is the purpose of the customer advocacy group and everything we're doing in the adoption campaign. And I just get to represent a whole host of people who are doing this work inside of Microsoft. And there's a lot of us who are working on this. And like the new productivity score that we announced at Microsoft Ignite, that's a really important piece, which you can learn more about on our blog. And so, there's a lot happening in this space, so come on, join the community, get with the program. We'll have a lot of fun. We're doing these Office 365 champion mixers in different locations. We had one here at ESPC. It was wonderful, and we'll continue to have them in real life around the world to complement all the virtual work that we're doing.
Absolutely, and then Shane, we're doing one more. You got to hang on, my man. Coffee in the Cloud.
Oh, well, Coffee in the Cloud. That is my show on YouTube. The thing about Coffee in the Cloud that I want people to know is it's not just about Teams. It's about #BetterTogether. It's always Teams and SharePoint, Teams and Yammer, Teams and whatever else you want to use it with. And we do long-form interviews, we do how-tos and training, and we do short-form interviews with influencers like yourself. And it was a lot of fun. So subscribe on YouTube and, learn with us.
Yeah. Absolutely. And we got the memo today on the purple.
We did get the memo.
I was like, I look like a spirograph.
That's so funny. Yep.
We didn't talk about
We
that
didn't
either.
talk about it, but
So
it's
anyway,
awesome.
it's good.
Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
having me
Always.
and
Thank
letting
you.
me talk
Yeah.
about all this fun stuff.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
thank you for everything you do in the community. We really appreciate all your expertise and help. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
You bet. Thank you.
Okay.
Absolutely. Well, everybody,
Thanks, everyone.
Yes, have a wonderful rest of your day. We're at ESPC19, day 4. That's the live stream for now. See you later.